How exactly does Holocaust trauma impact me and my family personally? Hi, I'm Sammy, I'm that nerdy Jewtuber. Let's talk about that. This video comes with a huge trigger warning for talk of the anti-Semitism and of the Holocaust. Today I'm going to be talking about exactly how Holocaust trauma impacts me and my family personally. I cannot speak for other Jews or other families, only my own. Today, January 27, 2025, is the 80th anniversary of the day that the Soviet troops liberated the camp of Auschwitz. It's also known as Holocaust Memorial Day or Holocaust Remembrance Day. I can think of at least one instance when I was a kid of when my bio dad wanted to get me a German Shepherd puppy, but he said in his letter that he couldn't because my mom didn't like them, and I assumed at the time it was because the Nazis weaponized German Shepherds. I'm also guessing this is the same reason that my grandmother does not like German Shepherds. The only German Shepherd I've ever seen her willingly interact with is my aunt's dog, and I'm pretty sure that dog isn't even a full German Shepherd. I think she's part lab. I also know that I hate barbed wire. Even though I know this fear is completely irrational, completely illogical, I hate barbed wire. I'm terrified of it. I will not go anywhere near it if I can avoid it. I also know that when I was 14, my boyfriend at the time was friends with a German exchange student, and I wouldn't go anywhere near him. And I know that this sounds small-minded and narrow-minded, and it absolutely is, but I was 14. I didn't know anything. And it was just after I had learned that I had ancestors that died in the Holocaust. A more recent example is a few months ago when I was at the dollar store. My dollar store is 2 or 3 spaces down from an Indian store, an Indian grocery store, restaurant, all in one. And I remember seeing a swastika in the window and being terrified and feeling like I wanted to run for it, even though I know that this was likely just the swastika in its original Sanskrit context. When I was 17, I was in my childhood synagogue's youth group, and we would always go on field trips or do fun things at people's houses. And I remember one time we went to the Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington, D.C. It was every bit as haunting as I thought it would be, even to someone so young as I was at the time. And I remember one of the chaperones, who was the mother of a friend of mine, saying after we went through the train car exhibit, or maybe it was the shoe room, it could have been both. This is what trauma does to your brain. It makes you forget things. But I remember that she said that she could feel their trauma, their anguish, their soul's echoes. And I never forgot that. I never forgot that. For me, I think the most heartbreaking thing about the Holocaust isn't just the loss of life, and it isn't just the traumatization of countless others. Although those weigh on me. Those weigh on a lot of Jews, I believe. On a lot of humans, I would hope. To me, the most gut-wrenching thing about the Holocaust is knowing just how much Jewish cultural knowledge was lost with the 6 million. Knowledge we can't get back, ever. There are probably some Ashkenazi customs that were completely wiped out by the Shoah because entire families, entire communities were wiped out. And their customs with them. To someone like me, to whom Judaism isn't just a religion but is also a culture and a community, that is like a punch to the gut. Knowing exactly how much cultural knowledge was wiped out, how many customs, and how much music. Because I'm a musical person. I took music classes in middle school and high school. My Hebrew name Shira literally means song. That's the most tangible part of the Holocaust for me. And there are still people, although I use that term pretty damn loosely, that either deny that it happened outright or deny that it happened, that we know damn well that it happened. And that makes me angry. That screams gaslighting to me. I don't know any other way to put it. And if you are a Holocaust denier, shame on you. Shame on you, and I don't know what can be done for you at this point. If you want to learn more about the Holocaust, which I highly recommend, I would recommend checking out many of the links in the description below, because I will post them. I will now be saying the Mourner's Kaddish, not only for my ancestors, Gershon and Rosa, but for all of the 6 million, and for the 5 million others, because it wasn't just Jews that Hitler and his Nazis targeted. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yamachon v'chayei dachol bet Yisrael, v'galav yizman kariv v'imru amen, yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei Maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekadusha b'richu, le'lam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, Damin Ram Biyama Vimru Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Vimru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimramav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Vimru Amen. May every single one of their memories be for blessing, and may we never be doomed to repeat history. Never again. Never again. Never again.